So here we are. Welcome. Now it is autumn. We have just finished a number of projects. We should have finished 2 major items. And it didn't announce things, which is interesting. So I'd be curious to see if we're good to go on those 2, since we just did the coastal swamps. Did not liberate anywhere, because it is done. It does say it is done. And this says it's done. Well, tell you what, easy way to solve this is to find out, do I have anybody who's in that place? Let's see if we have him in this area, and if he can use this one. There we are. I started assigning people to work, and what it did was I just looked for a person here. Now look at that. 149 iron ore. And if we do stone, it's even more wild. 598. I mean, that's all we need is 1 worker for this at this point. So that's really impressive. Having that iron ore processing station is going to do us some real good. Alright, we're going to get all of our spiritual needs in check. We're going to get all of our needs in check. So as we start this episode off, I'm just going to get everybody assigned to their jobs, and then we'll come back here. As I'm assigning, this always stands out. I mean, really, this is a great way to get beverages, and it's so cheap. Obviously, sake does a great job too, but this is a 1 step and you're done. 9,000 beverages. Crazy. Still, with our character, we're gonna avoid making those choices just for the fun RP side of things. But obviously, if you're trying to maximize what you've got, then please just go straight at Double-Roku, because it is just simply over the top in what it can do. It's really kind of handy. Well, I was going to finish up my workstation jobs, and then I realized I don't have enough fur to make the seed bags for the hemp that we're going to work on this season. So our first step here is going to be hunting, as it was before. Because we need a lot of fur. Oh my, well, welcome back. In this episode, looking forward to finishing up the coastal swamps and making it a nice casual, regular progression. Imagining that it takes a good deal of work to get through that, and we're going to have to find a way to survive the Ronin. That's going to be the trick. With them, they'll be a little bit more challenging than some of our previous foes, given that they're a lot more skilled, and we will have to show up ready. They have learned to survive as a ragtag bunch, and have probably been able to survive a few clashes against Ashigaru and whoever their retaining lords were at one point. They have been able to break free, and so far have formed themselves a small military, so they are not to be trifled with. And we will show up ready to go, but we will also show up with more than what we have now. We certainly just can't show up in that place underdressed for combat. Taking on the pirates was one thing. They didn't have as much skill. They're a ragtag bunch that's less organized, and really is used to being the aggressor and not being aggressed. With the Ronin, they will have been through quite a bit. So, Kuroi-Ran and Akko both would have been planning through this one. And in their travels, the most dangerous people are those who have no lord to serve, who have nothing left to lose, and everything to gain. And perhaps a lot of desire to cause more trouble, because they have something about what has happened to them has led them to wanting to get revenge and to strike back at people. So for us, we don't want to get in the way of, we don't want to find ourselves in a poor spot, unprepared, and in a dangerous space where we can easily be taken out by our adversaries. And we don't want to overestimate our own skill, nor underestimate it, but it will be a challenge for sure. Alright, with this, we'll continue our work getting maintenance done. So this first day, always with the start of the season, what I've noticed since we get a larger village as we go, it really does turn into a lot of us balancing out all of the new necessities to do, the switching of the jobs, the making sure that we have all the needs taken care of in the day, switching people's duties from whatever they were for their seasonal work on special projects to whatever's next. And now, of course, supplying them with the tools to be successful in whatever it is they're doing. Like in this case, where I need 3 seed bags to allow my people to do their work here. Alright, now, let's finish this up. Alright, and there we have it. We're a little low on health and food. Part of it is because we need stone jugs to be produced, and it might take, actually, that's a very good point. It may just take us switching this up and saying that we're just going to keep producing stone jugs. There we are. Now, that won't take care of our immediate needs, so our character will have to make these stone jugs for now, but then that takes care of the work after this fact. So let's get that started. Now, you may have noticed that I was letting my character slowly freeze to death, unfortunately. So we definitely need to get this thing worn, and there we are. I definitely was just kind of getting through the start of this, because now this whole getting all the workers started for the day, oh my goodness, it takes us all the way until the afternoon just to get all that started. There we are. Now we can recover, and we obviously have plenty of healing compresses. We're in a really good spot for that. Plenty of energy drinks. We could also do tea. Probably need to repair our bow at some point here, but I think our first steps here, now that we have steel, it's time to get ourselves something special to make it possible for us to take on the larger set of foes and the more equipped set of foes. There we are. Let's do what we can since we have extra. Ooh, we do need more charcoal, don't we? Okay, charcoal will be good. I think at this point we are now in a spot where having these workstations is really worthwhile. There we are. Having the passive gain is really helpful. That way it's not consuming for our workers in the process. There we are. And with our wood storage, we have so much that we can throw into here. Oh my. Oh, I have a lot of charcoal. None to worry. Ooh, and I just realized something. We need to get the bark going. I do have paper boilers, and I don't have anybody processing through bark at this time. We'll get this done, and then we'll build our armor. Start of this autumn is a whole lot of just making sure everybody has everything they need. It's been a while since I've made a number of these resources, and I want to be sure that all of our workers always have tools on hand. So this is now becoming a whole lot of making sure that we're in a good place. Ooh, 117 steel. That's just fine. I think it's worth us upgrading some of our tools. There we are. And of course, doing all of that work is really handy because now we have skill upgrade. I think I'll take the kama over the hoe, and then we can decorate as we go as well. And we're in a really good spot. Nice. Oh, that's true, and I don't actually carry around. I don't tend to carry around the, there's really no reason to carry around a steel knife anymore. There we are. Oh, right. Alright, now, okay. Oops, sorry. Fast pans. It's time to investigate what we can do for armors. Steel Ashigaru armor. That is good. Let's see what we can get away with, though. Do we have enough that we can do this? That is good. Okay, we can get full set. Nice. Alright. And that's gonna do it for us. It's gonna be great to have this set of armor. We use this in our liberation. The bronze Ronin shall be upgraded to the steel Ronin. Oh yes, we have more people.
三顔を見て喜び申す。
Let's get you set. And it looks like there's not much more for you to do. Oh dear. It also looks like I don't have a home for you. That's going to be unfortunate, because that means he's going to be at risk of leaving. Alright, and I know I need more people in Kaiho. Let's see what we can do about expanding this area. And with our smithing hammer, which should last a lot longer, let's see how quick we can get this thing built up. And we'll make 2 rows of housing for this being the main area of living. Oh, nope, that's not right. We want this. There we go. And let's make this a really good bed. There we go. And then before things get too far, we don't want to risk that this guy has to take off and not be a part of our village. So let's just do that real quick of what needs to be done for those things. Come on, that was quite the delay there, but we're good. Okay, now we should be able to use the paper making tool. There we are. So unfortunately it didn't produce anything for us, but it does mean that we can switch him into that and get things going. Meals are still low, health is low, but that's because of other issues. Now I do think I'm seeing right now, for our next couple workers we're definitely going to go with our getting more, we'll probably need to get more grass, and we'll need to get more straw. What exactly are these question marks over here? I'm curious of. They're pretty close considering. Oh, fantastic. We have merchants in town. Nice. Very cool. Now look at this. This is a really handy setup. Now we're in a place where, actually, here, tell you what. We'll just make some quick money off of you. Ah, nets. Honestly, that's not a bad thing. And if we wanted to trade our work for that, it'd be great. Could have bought some of these. These bags are expensive, but it's not hard to get some good use out of them. And I am a huge fan of having extra lotus. And with what we're doing here, we can easily just trade back up. We didn't get everybody, and we need to finish this area too, as you can see. Next step 2 is to upgrade these areas to have our large shrines. We will need some better equipment, and we can get there. Hey, how you doing, Mata? Right, I started talking to her before. I'd paused the recording because I was busy just getting our people signed. Here we are. It looks like I did not finish adding 2 more beds, so that's definitely going to happen. There you go. Now we can do the paper making tool. And we still need straw. We still need grass. Let's add our 2 more beds. And then while we're at it, let's add another house. So I'm going to go off and I'm going to go find more people. I'm realizing now that I'm actually getting a little low on some of my straw, so we probably don't want to overdo it on the beds, especially since it doesn't actually matter. Not as of yet. Another house here, and we'll have an incredible amount of space to expand into and a lot of opportunity for our people. And at this point in the game, I mean, we are sitting pretty on how many resources we gain. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to sit on improvised beds just for a while. There's going to be a phase here. There's going to be a time where we get to a point where we've done most of our unlocks, where we've done most of our liberations, where we've really done the work of freeing the areas, that it's going to become pretty clear that we have a lot of free time. And that's when we're really going to dig in on upgrading, decorating, and beautifying the place. And that's on the way. There we go. Now, with this, let's get ourselves set. do want to replace where this bell is for the other village, or at least perhaps reconsider where I put some other items. Does not feel great having the bell right in the middle of the walkway. Alright, I have a plan for this. We need to build the in-home decorations. There we are. Get a weapon rack. Let's see, what would be good? I think the polearm rack is cool. There we are. And then do this. Now we'll... Oops, I have to go to decorate. And then let's decorate this here thing. That's good to go. Nice. And then let's also decorate this thing. I'm curious if the Tonto will sit there. It probably won't, but yeah, we can't do it. That's okay. Oh, we have a half bow. We'll do that. There we are. It's a start. Alright, we do need another longbow. I don't want to sit around without that being ready for us. There we go. Let's get a couple of these on hand. Nice to just have them here. Oh yeah, we could also do these. They don't tell us the damage on them, unfortunately. We could do steel. How much steel do we have? Oh, never mind. We're sitting pretty with lots of steel. There's no reason why we shouldn't go straight to steel. If we, now, I think... Oh, that's bizarre. Nice. That's fun. Alright, our first step here is going to be... We're going to do a little recon. We're going to head into the Ronin camp and just get an idea of what things are like. Now we need some sort of disguise to do this with. And we certainly don't want to go there as the Shinto priestess, so they've already been aware that that's something. I say we take the mask. I wonder where our warrior monk outfit went. It must have been consumed in our luxury needs. That's too bad. Or we can do the low hat. I do so love that hat. Let's do this. And this is all RP stuff, man. I mean, this is all just for the funds. The bronze demon. We'll do a little scan into the area. Maybe take out a couple of them. Maybe just get a quick view of what things may be like. And throw a little chaos into things. In the night, ooh, a perfect night for it since the moon is rather full. And that'll allow us to have better vision of things. They'll get a view of us, but they won't necessarily be able to follow us the whole way that we travel back. There's no advanced scouts. Now that's either great news or bad news for us. There don't seem to be camps out here scanning the area and keeping watch. They're either very proud of their position, very reserved and well prepared for an assault, or complicit and not worried at all about what's going on. The camp has an entryway. There do appear to be guards who are sitting at the front of it. An archery range. And a second entrance that appears to be a little better guarded. And towers, of course. We have quite the number of watchtowers. Interesting. And then they seem to have built their hideout into a rock outcropping here. That'll give them an advantage. Rather like our last encounter with the gentleman on the bridge, this is going to force us to go to them, and unfortunately means that getting to there requires us to actually go through their camp. We will not be able to do any firebomb tactics to get this place in disarray. Not tonight. It would be nice to have been able to bring something with to set fire to some parts of this, cause some chaos in here. Of course, the Ronin will know that that's only a precursor. They will have dealt with ninjutsu efforts before. Now let's see what we can get away with from here. There. They have bandits as their frontal guard. Oh, and thugs. I'll take that arrow back, thank you. Now, if I can at least get a couple of them deal with me. Now, get a few. There we are. Perhaps we can just take down a couple of them. We are. Now this will put them in an alerted stance. So unfortunately for us, this does also mean that we have essentially forced our hand. That if we hope to cause any damage to this place at this point, we really do need to get ourselves a good start on this now. Otherwise, if we can take advantage of the disarray we cause now, our advantage will stay. Our advantage goes as soon as they are confident that there is someone coming. And then all they have to do is wait. Because they do have a decided advantage here. They are holed up, they have larger numbers, they have a very well fortified position, and the numbers are vastly beyond us. That doesn't mean that we can't take down a few early and cause a serious ruckus. At some point we can dishearten them. And if we can dishearten them enough, there may not be much of a battle. And at some point, their lack of discipline is their undoing. They may be a ragtag group, they may be skilled, some of them may have been the best that their retainer had, but that doesn't mean much when you don't know who you're facing, and when you haven't been able to access any attacks on them yet. But at some point, fear can take even the bravest of warriors. I don't think we need all these simple katanas. Alright, we're not doing too bad. This is a good start in this area. Oh my. Skills have improved, our weaponry has improved. We are doing much better now. Kuroi-Ran has worked hard to this point. Through many trials and tribulations, it has not been a simple life to this point. Over time, her practice, her patience has turned into skill. There we go. One more down. Oh, you got a recharge of your whole meter. Lucky. And that will be that. There we go. We better be cautious here. With how well things are going here, we're going to continue to press the attack. After Akko and Kuroi-Ran have checked in throughout this attack, they're going to divide up. Akko is going to continue to cause distraction on the other sides of the camp so that the soldiers do not start getting savvy of what's going on. And at this point, Kuroi-Ran is going to continue to cause chaos here and force them to come out one by one. And with their deep pride and skill, the good thing about these Ronin are that they're so proud of their skill and capacity that they're willing to second guess the need for support. So as they come out and as they decide that they're the one who's going to take down the threat, they continually misjudge their capacities, and their disorganization is their downfall. These would be skills that Akko would have trained Kuroi-Ran in and practiced as they went from province to province, and seen small parties, disorganized groups of deserters who are traitors to their daimyo or traitors to their province if they swore or pulled their allegiance and then pushed to a new military, and through whose contracts Akko may have been wrapping up from her work in the ninja school, which would have been from the Omi province. So Akko, in her far past, when she was a youth, was picked up off the streets in Omi after losing everything, essentially not even knowing what she had, because she essentially started with nothing. Was the perfect child to bring into the school and to raise early and to raise in the ways of the ninja so that she could become an agent and contribute to their school, their honor in their school, and also to those who hire them out. Akko would have shown incredible promise as a skilled gatherer of information, a very skilled person-to-person contact, an interrogator, and also just a person who's just able to pull information out casually through conversation and through knowing where to be. She was always wise in putting herself in the right positions, knowing exactly where to be. And all of these things were evidenced when they saw her as a youth, as an urchin on the street. She always just so happened to be a great survivor in the area, in a place that many others struggled at. Now, in her time, it would have been Akko's desire to not only train Kuroi-Ran to be better than her past and to be able to break free from her father's yoke, but also to break free from what Akko had experienced in her life, watching women be undervalued and watching people make choices around them, forcing others, peasants, to live sad lives, lives with nothing. She would have wanted to create a liberator, and in this, perhaps is unfair to poor Kuroi-Ran, in the sense that Akko had been steering her life from the start to try to make her into something more than what she is, which, while great, is putting her at incredible risk constantly. While a lot of it pays off over time, and a lot of what she's become is skilled and more capable than many, although here I am not being able to draw my sword, still is not a simple life to live. There we go. That will take him down. And while Kuroi-Ran may not have had the lengthy practice and extended life of practice that many of the swordsmen who are well known in Japanese history, she would at least be able to take on a number of these individuals who are essentially just pulled into the military and serve. While they are skilled, they're only as skilled as what effort they've put in. And the amount of effort that she has put in is substantial. And her skill happens to be high as well. There we are. With this, it's time to bring the fight to the Ronin leader. pride will be his downfall, just as their pride is their downfall. As much as they think they can take down any threat, will be unfortunately their undoing that they do not simply coordinate and simply bring the fight to the two individuals who are causing the chaos. Now, while we were not able to, or while Akko and Kuroi-Ran were not able to create a distraction using firebomb techniques, which also another wonderful skill that Akko would have been able to be trained in at her school, but never excelled at. She was never one to create the items, but she was capable of making sure that the coordination of this was always exceptional, and that the one who would put the devices in place would always have exactly the right placing for it. It was not her skill set, and it was not her area of desire to learn. I do love that dash move, it's so good. We'll take you down. And yet another one taken, and yet another opponent down. We'll eat some of these things and then take our loot. Perfect. Now, is anything on the ground? A steel katana? I don't think we're going to be able to take that. We have plenty at this rate. Now, with this, we will have liberated this region. And now we can take stock in knowing that this region is free. Oh my, look at all the items here. I really don't think we need to keep these. I brought the peasant clothing with. We'll drop these. Ooh, elite clothes. Look at us. We'll be fancy. I think we can drop these. We'll drop a few of these simple katana that we have picked up along the way. And at this point we have quite a mess of them. Ooh, the last one is the prayer beads. I suppose I could come back for I also could just come back for the candles and the dice set. Now, in this, we never needed to put on our armor. We never needed to become the steel samurai, if we could say. But we simply showed up here. We were able to cause the chaos we needed to cause, and we were able to liberate this region. All in the first night of the season, but a necessary thing to do, as the Ronin would easily have been able to come by and overwhelm our city. Even a ragtag group going against citizens is more than enough. They would have cut through our village like a hot knife through butter, and we never would have survived it. Now at this point, without their leader, there are a number of skilled individuals, and they may be all the skilled samurai that they can find, all the Ronin that they could get. It won't mean anything when they're a disorganized force that has no purpose. And from here, we can flee the field, and we can leave them in their chaos and in their disarray, to be lost, and to fall to attempting to crown a new leader in that show of strength. And we can come back and we can wipe them out in due time. But for now, our region is safe. The coastal swamps are now going to be ours. And we're a step closer to putting dominance in this area in our hands, and out of the hands of the ilk of Iwasaki and the headmaster there, and his disorganized forces that have been well paid, but unfortunately poorly organized. It is a beautiful night to wander back. And in this cool autumn time, in the swamp, which will be particularly cold, Kuroi-Ran is going to need some rest. We'll get her back and we'll have her sleep in quite a bit. Now as we head back, it's nice to see the lighthouse in the distance. And perhaps we'll end up putting our village here. I may need to go over there and clear out the pirate camp, just to make sure there's no rabble still running about. We don't want anybody causing mischief in the area. The longbow with the steel arrows is very effective. Very much enjoy it. If we would have had the hunter background, it would have been oh so much more powerful. And I'm looking forward to donning the armor and seeing how effective we are against the Ashigaru camp, as they will be a challenge. Their armor should keep them a little better defended, a little harder to take down. We'll have to juggle that one too, since there's a much higher number of opponents there that are all concentrated. Like here, with the Ronin camp, as you've probably noticed throughout this, the people are distributed throughout the camp widely. And I think that plays well into how the place is set up and how they would be set up, right? Where we would expect troops like that to be disorganized. They're a ragtag group. They would have a leader, and that leader is only as good as their skill. If they're not effective, then it'll be very easy for them to fall to chaos and have a camp that's disorganized, as we saw. Alright, nothing hidden in there. Let's go home to Kaiho. Nice. And, oh, we have another worker. And with all the regions getting liberated, the more people who show up, the more they start seeing that this place is becoming free, that this is becoming a place that the common citizen can simply become a part of something greater. The more of them that are going to show up, the more of them that are going to want and taste for this freedom and desire to have this freedom. Now we need another security job, right? Well, let's see here. Do I not have any more jobs for that? I may have to build yet another watchtower. That'll be a good problem to have. Guard tower 2, and we're good there. I think... Oh yeah, the watchtower special project. That is, these are good workstations. We don't unfortunately have any of them in our area. We will have to make do with that. I could also double check and see which particular weapon we have here. The Iron Naginata, it's great. But is it the best? Oh yeah, 1.25. 1.5. Ooh, but that's for my inventory. I don't want to do that. Oh, a longbow at 1.5? Yes, let's go. That'll put us over. Fantastic. And it also makes a lot of sense, right? We would rather have a bow in the hands of our guards. And perhaps something more. Yeah, you can have my longbow. That's fine. We'll build another. Right, now, no longer need to wear this. We no longer need to be dressed in such a way. And we never actually put on our... fancy sandals. Iron arrows are good. Here, we'll just drop these. We have a whole lot of things that we can drop in. And here's another steel katana, but honestly, we don't need it. We have more than enough. There we are. Excellent. Well, time to rest. That's quite a lot that happened last night. Alright, into the day. So much more to do, but such a good spot to be, right? Now, the best part about this is that since we built the project, we don't have to wait till the seasonal divide happens. So we are now in a position where it's time for us to do some work. So, in our village 3, which will have to be something about opportunity, abundance, something to that effect, it's time for us to make this place exceptional. And a forge is just the thing to do it. We'll put it by the water, as it can watch and look out over the waterways, and as we can be sure that if we ever need to douse anything, it is near a location where we can easily douse the fires. No, we are not going to go with light duty flanking. No. We are going to go with the fanciest. And then it's going to be time for us to expand our efforts. It's going to be time for us to... Oh, good. There we are. Oh my. Forge in here. There's a charcoal kiln. All the extra facilities that we need. But I want these in a different spot. I think it's more appropriate to put these by the door, so that as we enter and exit, we can just put those things away. Because it's going to be good for us have a clear pathway for the other parts of this building that we want to expand. There we are. The true Tatara. Now, with this, I think it's time for us to expand that. It is great to have these. It's time to have more. I wonder if we can have them. I hope it fits side by side. I would like to look at that, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There we go. And there we have it. Now, we also could put some smaller Tataras in here to really get this thing going. Or we could just go crazy and have all of the Tataras here. Just to go all out and just mass produce the steel that we're looking to get. Oh, you can only have so many. Okay, that's fine. Because now what we can do... Ooh, I'm sorry. That's actually not me doing the furniture. There we go. What we could do is have some smaller furnaces as well. Let's do that, because it would be nice to have everything in one place. My goodness. Beautiful. Now, the only thing we need to do is actually have iron sands available. That's the next step. Alright, with that, we will need another bell at some point. Let's see where we're at for our, where are we at for our quest lines? Reach level 19. Okay, perfect. Oh my goodness. We haven't even done these two quests yet. And we can easily finish these two up. Where are we at for a level? 16? Great. Well, let's finish some quest lines. Perfect. Now. One day before seasonal change. I say we go here. That's what I'm talking about. In a nice empty inventory. Let's go gather some iron sands so that we can start forging the steel that I will mispronounce the name for. How's that? With the iron sands here, we should be able to do a great job getting some of these. I think time to go ancient Japanese energy drink time. Now with this, we'll be able to make a decent amount of our steel. And really upgrade what we have. That is going to put us in a spot where we are ready to make master level equipment and truly face on the adversaries that are ahead of us. So I'm going to sit here and mine for a while. I'm going to gather up a whole bunch of this just because it's worth it. Why not? We aren't going to be able to build that next village until we finish some of these quest lines, which is going to be good for this season. And it might really be nice to give a new village area right here in the coastline after we take care of this. It might also be nice to wrap up Aratani. Oh, look. A fatigued Ronin attempting to head back to the Great Master and mention what happened in their village. We'll say that that is where they're off to. Can't allow them to establish themselves. They're waking up in the process after having left. Attempting to get themselves free. And then go tell the headmaster that there's a problem. And now that they won't be able to go back to report, we should be in a good place. And perhaps they left us some goodies that are worth having. Alright, with the iron sands here, we'll be able to make a good deal of steel. And then we can get ourselves a start on equipping ourselves for what is to come in our next fights. It may not be a bad idea for us to add some more workers as well. Perhaps it's time to expand even further and be sure that we can take full advantage of our setup now. That at this point we've liberated a great deal of this space, and we've made this place a lot safer for the citizens, regular people, the peasants, and for Akko, it's probably a great turning point for her in seeing what she had always hoped would happen. That as much as she was raised and trained to serve a daimyo as an Injurish shinobi, that what her true passion was when she had listened to the words of Renyo and the teachings of the Yokugi, and that promise of everyone having an equal chance at nirvana, at enlightenment, and being able to live a life, and that all have a right to it. And in this place, maybe this is that place where it can happen. And for Kuroi-Ran, it is a hope for her that this will lead Akko to having more peace in her mind and being able to forget some of the turmoil that she's experienced in her life. There we are. This is a lot, but I think we are okay. Although we're so close to 500, why not we just get to 500 and call it quits there? Because why not? It's a nice marker, right? Now it feels silly to stop this a little bit here, right? There we go. 535 iron sand. We're in a very good spot. And we're very close to home. Or at least close to a teleporter that can lead us home. I'm looking forward to expanding this village, taking from what we have here, and driving our future, and creating a trade port that is rivaled by nothing. So, start these furnaces up and going, so that we are capable of creating more steel. Now, what could be really helpful for us too, oh dear, let's see what we can do with these people. We'll add them to a paper beating table and things like that. Now, hoping that this is the right village, this one. There we are. Tamahagane steel. I'll hope that I said that right, and if I said it wrong, I apologize. There we go. Now it's time to start making master level equipment. It is also time to really think about this little village, because this little village needs to expand. And this little village is about to become a great place. It is not our main city, so we will need to start really processing through that area, because that's when we're the focus of our... There it is. It's been the real focus of what we want to construct and what we are looking forward to having. Now, how about this? Now we can have a master everything. I think it's appropriate for us to have our first master Tanto, our first master katana. Oh my goodness. That'd be fun. Our master arrows. Perfect. And we could have a masterwork hammer, but we're actually out of steel already. That's okay. We have all of the things we really wanted. There we are. That's going to be nice to have. We could even have a Master Naginata, but at this point, why bother? Let's see here. I do love that they added some decorations to this. Like, it does look nice. The tassels are entertaining. It's very cool to see. I know in Chinese straight swords, there are tassels at the base of them, and broadswords too. And they definitely look gorgeous when you're doing a set with them and moving things around. The tassels flowing are a very pretty sight. Very neat to see. Alright, there we go. Oop, we have one person who apparently needs a job. Well, good. Pretty sure that we should be at a point where we can start drying paper. No, of course not. Still need, really, to be sure that I'm making sense out of this. There we are. Now we're at the point where we're at the paper press. And we can get ourselves wet paper, and then we can dry it, and we're set. I've taken way too long in doing that, honestly. I think I should definitely break those steps down for myself. Like, I haven't taken the time to really get good at making paper. I tend to have it as a low priority because I focus just on building. But this is a good time to really practice through that and get ourselves in a spot where, like for me, I want to be fully aware of all the steps and make sure I line things up so that when I start making paper, I'm doing the best job with it. Because right now I've really just kind of stumbled through it, as you've probably been able to see. Alright, this. Aratani could be a good place to complete. We've already finished the large bridge project that was tied to the riverbank region. The only thing to do here is that small bridge project, but obviously the significant Ashigaru camp here is a big deal. The samurai, oh my goodness. This will be quite a thing. It might be convenient to start doing the construction projects here, since we have a great deal of production happening. But look at this, how satisfying it is to see just how expansive this area is. Alright, then we need to, we should drop some things off. We need to do a number of things. Say, really, when it comes down to it, there's a lot of room for opportunity to clean up some things, that's for sure. We have a quest line that we could be doing for Aratani. We have all those build projects we could be working on. And, you know, another thing that really stands out right now is that I have kind of just left everything in disarray. And you have probably noticed this as you've been here watching, is that I have a number of villagers doing a lot of jobs, and they're not all necessarily consolidated well. It's kind of lacking flow. So, here's what we're going to do. We have some quest lines that we could wrap up. We have a village bell that would be phenomenal to have. And we have some projects that would be wonderful to work on. For example, we know that we could finish up. There's a project right here we could do. We can fix that shrine. The Aratani, yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, we could do a small project there. And there's a watchtower up here in the Sosogi region, but you can do that one later on. It is actually it is related to the later story. Yeah, that might not be a thing we need to rush into. Now, I'm still searching for all of the things. So, as you watch this, as of the recording of this, I'm still searching for the last, like, if there's any hidden shrines or anything like that. So I'm trying to make sure I have everything covered for the project. So I'm going to do some quick things. Number one, I'm going to get paper so that the workers that are doing paper are going to be set for the day. Just so that that job doesn't miss a beat. I want to make sure we're on par and on track with that. I'm also going to grab a bunch of bamboo, grab some resources so we can head out to the sites. Got the paper, got myself set there. Actually, I believe there actually was one more thing I really wanted to do, which is that I haven't actually done anything with tempura yet, and tempura is a great meal. Since as long as you have the oil for it, it is a phenomenal food source. And I don't know as I have it unlocked yet. That's exactly the problem. So, tempura is great. 70 meal needs, and its food gain of 70 for us. That's pretty solid. And the cost is 6 cereal, 1 fish, and 1 oil. I mean, that's fantastic. You're not getting that out of much of the other recipes. So, it is quite helpful. Let's have some tempura. Alright, with that, actually, while I'm here, something does stand out to me that it is worth us considering having an extra workstation. Oh, chiseled stone. Actually, that does bring up more of a concern, which is that when we build these shrines, we might actually need more chiseled stone. So that's a job that needs to be shuffled as well. Or people, huh? Okay, I need you. Oh, I need a home here. Okay, you are gonna have to wait, my friend. What we need is we need another home here, and I want more people working at these stonemason stations. Let's make that happen. And as well, I think we're going to end up in a unique spot shortly here, where we are going to need... Ooh, no. Premium. Always the premium. Now, until we get the straw situation fully fleshed out, let's just add the basic beds for now. Not the best thing in the world to do. For now, they will live. 50th bed. How cool is that? Alright, now, let's get this in here. Now, you sir. This is your new home, and we need a lot of chisel stone. Oh, do we need chisel stone? If only there was a way to upgrade the amount you could make. I think we can even start rolling off some of these where, yeah, you're making iron ore. I don't want to necessarily do that, but honestly, I need this chisel stone way more than I need iron at this point. We are doing fine on iron. Now, let's head up here and see what we can get away with. A watchtower could be good in this region. It might be nice to have eyes on the distance here. And I know that we're going to need another watchtower soon enough. Oh my. I got a lot of rocks on the way right here, it turns out. I wonder if we can push it here. Stone's all clear. Now, let's see what we can do with this. I don't want the... Ooh, that's good. This gets the power up here, and it doesn't look like the railing is floating into the distance. Perfect. That's good. That's got a good sight line aside from this. I think we'll have to chop these trees down. Not having a good sight line is not going to work out for us. I also need some logs for our project station. Oh, hi. Hey, buddy. Good conversation. Hopefully we don't swear X right into this person. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Now, these, I don't know as I want to have these come back. Matter of fact, I am actually quite confident I don't want them back. I want that sight line to make sense. I want that guard tower to have line of sight out to this way. Looks like we're going to have to take one more down. That's going to be just fine. There we are. Now, to the project. Now, the project is all the way up at the top of this hill. Curious if we can just jump our way up there. That'd be really convenient. Not quite sure if we can get away with that. Well, the path isn't terrible. I just kind of went up this way. A little bit of fall damage on the way, just because of recklessness. Special project, here we come. There we are. Chisel stone, of course. Now, premium. Interesting. We can drop some bark in there, and we need... Who is our person here? Kanan. Okay, bark and premium. Premium conifer, indeed. Perfect. We gotta get these logs, though. We do not need those falling straight to the ground. And now the trick is... the problem with that's going to be I don't have an ads that will matter anyway, so I'll be back. And we're back. Okay, got the chiseled stone, got the premium planks, got the bark, got one Kanan statue. Perfect. We want to make sure we are doing our thing to honor the gods and honor these places of worship, especially when it's conveniently so close to our village as well. I mean, it does make sense. We want to make sure that this shrine is restored, and it is a marker for us. And here we are. Okay. Oh, maybe we'll prosper. Forgot we need some. Wait for it. Oh, she's not here right now. We need wasabi. Ooh, and wheat. That can be taken care of back there. Hello. Perfect. We'll get the wheat and wasabi. Yes, we could have done this before with our that's farm trader. It looks just like him. There we are. We could have completed this quest earlier, and we could have completed this by doing our own work with our own farmers in our own village. But this will work just fine. Gather crops. Very short on food? No, but perhaps we shouldn't be talking. What's the problem? Somebody or something has been destroying the fields around here. Interesting. The old men say it's definitely some yokai. Keep arguing which one it could be. Useless as always. They're not a demon. I know it's human handiwork. Okay. Beto blamed the refugees, particularly the Yukome. Of course. She came one day, asked for food, and he slapped her. Oh my goodness. Do you think she did it? Others think so, and who could blame her really? But I'm not convinced. So, shall I talk to her? I think she camps out by the stream. You'll find her to follow the river towards the ocean. So we'll head that way, and we'll go see what she's up to. And she is a little ways in here. We gotta walk all the way down this way, and if we aim, these fruit trees here are a great marker. And we always have the quest marker too. And there she is. Alrighty. I heard that Beto roughed you up. What happened? When I first visited Aratani, came up to me all angry. Said he didn't want to catch my disease. Ah, friend. I said, do you think a sick woman could survive what I survived? Not a friend. He slapped her in the face. Ooh, my goodness. Cast you out of here. That is horrible. How did you survive? Merciful souls gave you porridge. There's fruit, nuts, and roots in the forest. Interesting, and grains in the field. Look, I'm a farmer. I know how hard it can be. I'd never steal. Nice. That's good. Not until I'm dying of hunger, at least, and I'm not dying yet. Okay. I have some to share. Even come sit and eat this food with me. Well, thank you. We're gonna have to put Beto in his place. That's for sure. He is mistreating a person who simply needs food and is not causing any harm to anyone. They are an outsider, and his resistance to having outsiders come in is no reason for him to mistreat her. Let's go back here and set things straight. Right, need to talk to her. She seems honest. Now, he's usually unpleasant. She seems honest. Why would Beto be so convinced? He's usually upset with newcomers, especially the poorest ones, and he's convinced the most part of this village council that the refugees carry the plague. Wow. This guy, he didn't convince you. No, I'm trying to keep everyone from losing their wits. I don't want innocent souls getting hurt. Good, a level head in the area. But the most recent incident, I feel like they're turning away. So maybe you should act. Call a council meeting before they remove you from it. Alright, not a bad idea. We need lots of food and alcohol. That could get me on the good sides. Okay, and loosen tongues. Let's go. Now this would be something that Akko would be all about. We need sake. Ooh. Oh, I've got sake. We're good there. We just need some food. Jump into Kohan real quick and know that we have a hut nearby. Ooh, oh my. 2 refugees. Didn't we? All the efforts that we've gone to liberating these areas, there are so many more people looking for a fresh start. It's so good. Nice to know we are liberating the area and making it a better place for everyone. And that is why they are showing up. Could put you here and take over for the person who removed. That's not bad. It'd be nice to have a lot of extra steel. Now, the next question is, do I have all of these jobs set here? Oh, you know what? No, this is not where I want you. I actually want her in Kohan. But I can make it work here. Here's what I can do. I want her to be gathering conifer logs. Actually, you know, it'd be better. This would be better. Now, let's get a better ads here too. This is what we would like. I want to get this online. Steel ads will do. Perfect. Now, let's go back to those jobs. Now, let's talk about this one. Let's get the right one. And you. It's the steel ads. Now we are getting free logs out of the deal, which is fun. Because we are getting 69 of those logs. And before I just use a stone ads, I get 46 logs. Here I get 69 logs. But keep in mind, I'm only actually processing 46 of them, which means those debark logs are actually coming to us for free from who knows where. Now, oh, that was a good shot. Nice. Let's make things right in Aratani. It's the right thing to do. We've recently made the Ronin in the area disorganized, distraught, scattered. They have no more sway here. We need to keep going. That's something we need. Alright. Is that all we need? Let's go. Once the official proceedings are done, get the introduction set, booze everyone up, and it's time to start a little ruckus. It's time to confront, that is, a problematic individual. Greetings. Does it always look like this? Aren't you enjoying yourself? We've finished council, so why not celebrate? Fantastic. I have reason to drink and be merry. I know the identity of the yokai. Oh, do you? Councilman of all people, Beto. He just started a dumb argument just to offend me in front of everyone. Go figure. He suggested we give less offerings to Inari and more to Amaterasu. Ah, she loves alcohol, clearly. And we clearly have a drunk woman in charge here. Wow, there's no need for me. There's no use in me confronting him. He would just make fun of me again. Oh, I'll be glad to talk to him. We will be glad to talk to him. What do you do in the village? What would you say it is that you do here? Abe Beto and I. Interesting. Well, we've been through a difficult time. Not all members of the council realize what should be done. There's a problem with the council. Not the whole council, but in Aratani we made the decision to have a woman among the elders. Yes, wisely. Now women are wonderful creatures. I love them with all my heart. But when it comes to great difficult decisions... Alright. These are our local problems. I won't bother you with them. Enjoy your stay in Aratani. And return home to wherever you came from. She told me about your argument. And she didn't want to come herself, so she came to you, an outsider, to discuss it. Yes, and that really bothers you. And it's time to confront you. Inari sends foxes to protect the fields. Aratani needs protection today. Everyone hear me? An outsider can see the pest is here, and you're trying to take down... Okay, Wakatsuru, one of the pillars of the village. People see this, you don't change, your days in the council are numbered. You're trying to put the people against me, it's not, and there they go. They are rumoring, they are definitely showing that she has the support. You should make a sacrifice to Inari. May your foxes defend from pests like you. I'll prepare the sacrifice. And thank you for choosing Inari. There we are. We defended you and kept you in your place. And it's rightly deserved. Now, we need that herb trader. We need the anesthetic. Get rid of the headaches. You're the tavern keep. That's close. You're the one. Perhaps. Okay. There we are. 3 of those, and then we can sell a bunch of stuff and get away to the monk level. Oh my goodness, we have 6 way of the monks. And that one thing I really hope that they at some point look into is pain medicine. What do you call me? I hope they maybe look into the perks and just consider some, I don't know, just honestly, I don't spend my perk points because I don't find them necessary. I can change the difficulty, that's true. I can make it so that the enemies have more hit points. That's a thing I can do. So, I don't know, I just don't, they don't always feel like it's necessary. Yeah, I can, this is good. It fits the story of our person, it's good to go. Max poise is really good. The penalty to getting restored is nice, but I don't think I've seen the total go over 1,000. Well, that much over 1,000 unless you're very rich. Unshakable, let's see here. More poise increase, oh my goodness. Yeah, we can definitely do this. And travel is not a big deal. Better prices? Go. Buying prices are decreased, yes, let's just have it. And of course I have so much more here. We will do this, we've already done more here. This is just convenient because I keep having to rebuild hammers. It'd just be nice not to deal with that anymore. And having things stay fresh longer, not really necessary. Great for us to not have to eat that often, that can be fine. We haven't done any farming, and I haven't had that as a go-to character trait, so not sure we're good. And then unfortunately, all of these things are directly related to this. So I guess we could do seasoned lumberjack and then continue on the line. As for this, I think extra health is the way to go. And I do love the idea of breaking the poise. There we go. Alright, I will see you after you get Yukome. Said after, but it should just show you the end of this. So, you can return to Aratani, but she doesn't really want to. Go figure. Cleared your name, and we're grateful to take you on into our village rather than letting you go to them, where they just will not care. Okay. Kaiho is a good place to go for you. Now you don't have many fields that you can work in this place, but I do know that I have an option for you for... Oh, you know, actually, I should send her here, and then we'll edit some things here. We'll put her as a guard for now. We will need more security. And here we have it. Alright, looking at our needs, we are in a decent spot. Health is low, but that's going to be mostly because we need to produce more items. Look at that. We need some more of those stone jugs. I do have a worker on it, and that's great, but not going to be all we need. Okay. Now, the next destination. I want to see about this shrine here. It's kind of fun to come back here. If you recall from an earlier episode, all of these birch trees that we tore down to build the bridge to finish that project, here they are coming back. Slowly but surely. You can say, they'll say growing if they're in a stage. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Alright, we're just progressing down. Oh, look, enemies. Those will be a Shigaru, which wouldn't be too bad for us now, since we know that we are going to need to take out a number of them for the future quest lines. I can already see the Torii gates from here. There are a number of projects we could work on for the temple. It would be brazen of us to do that, because we would be working further ahead, and we'd be making it very clear that we have a vast access of resources. And that would certainly send bandits to our area, certainly would send attention our way. I mean, if we were doing that well, that we were going to push this many projects that fast, then we'll become a target rather quickly. I'll say that we shouldn't rush into that one. It's okay to do a few projects here and there. There's not as much attention on that. But finishing up all the temple projects already, my goodness. The Aratani Bridge project is fine. We'll come back there, and I'll wrap that one up. Should have done that before I left, but here we are. And I wanted to just check out what this one was about. And we can always get back here. We can always get back to Aratani with relative ease. Now the tricky part will be finding that convenient space where we can actually... Oh, there we are. Okay. Logs and premium deciduous. Okay, we need a lot of that. Oh, this is a massive Inari shrine. Okay. So the bark is good. Now the planks and chiseled stone, we're not going to be able to accomplish that. How far is my fast travel from here? Huh. Anyway, we're very close to our actual village, so let's just do that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to wrap these two items up nicely. Oh, hello, friend. Let's get this fellow. You have no reason why you should be stuck here on your own. Come join us. We are just taking on villagers like mad at this point, though. So yes, we are definitely adding a lot of needs to our villages. But we are also... Look at that. So well stocked. Definitely not worried. Alright, and in the process of making these sticks and being off to the, there we go. And then the plan was to go to Aratani and build the bridge, but here we are finishing the production for the day, and then bouncing into Aratani, and then finishing the bridge. So, just so you know what was going on at that moment. Here we go. We'll finish this one up. This should be rather simple. And it is really convenient in the sense that... Hold on. I believe it tends to prioritize the planks that are of lowest quality first, but I am not willing to find out. What do we need? 4 more? Let's do this. This tree will grow back. Now, if we needed more bamboo, this would be a very convenient time to run into the forest and grab some more bamboo. Matter of fact, where are we at for bamboo? Not bad. We'll make it. Now, with the other projects, I'm not going to have us do the temple project. Where are we at for days? This is the final day. So, it's time to take our villagers, send them into their jobs, and then it is also time for us to reorganize and really get specific in what we're doing. And I think it's time to label. I mean, really, the labeling of these workspaces is handy. My thought is that you can right click to put a marker down. I definitely need this for my travels. My thought is that I could name them based on the village they're in, just because that would be very convenient, and then I would actually know what I'm looking for, so that when I'm looking in one particular menu where I can't tell if somebody's assigned or not, at least in the other menu I can clearly see what village it's from, because in that menu I don't know where it's... Interesting. Small group of individuals hiding out in the forest, huh? Not a big fan of how close they are to our particular camp, to our home. Not particularly enamored with that. Or oh, bad shots. That's dude. There we go. Take care of you. That'll do. That'll do. Okay. A bronze sword. I think we might just leave that there. Let it despawn over the seasonal change. There we go. I'll take the iron arrow back, though. That's for sure. And then we'll see what they had in their camp. Take that. I'm using iron arrows. Too bad. I should have the steel arrows on. There we are. A more adventurous journey over the land. Now, when we assign these workers to these jobs, it's going to allow us to do the reset, to really turn ourselves to like I want to get to a base state where I can say, here's the jobs that are doing this, so I have everything in order. Because I know that I definitely have not gotten everything organized well. I am not going to lie to you. I definitely forgot to bring a whole bunch of things. Well, and the logs do need to be premium deciduous, so we're going to use some of those freebies that we got. Have that be the case, and that be the way we get it. Then we're going to run all the way back, and we're going to wrap this season up and move on. Now, my cleanup here is going to be in relabeling some of these workstations, and then I think it'll help to have them named based upon what's going to happen. So if I expect these to be paper trees, then I'm going to label them for paper, so it's easy for me to say, oh yeah, this paper. And then I can also be sure that I am clear and confident in what I want to see these things do, and then get the supply chains down. So I need to have one person chopping down trees to make paper. That is to say, chopping down our paper trees, which are premium deciduous trees, and then another person who's processing those with the ads, so we can make full use of that. Then, at this point, I don't necessarily need the extra logs, but it's always nice to have a worker getting the premium planks for more buildings. Obviously, next season there's not going to be farmers, so we aren't going to worry so much about that. And as far as health is concerned, yeah, we do need to start thinking about some of that. Let's get our villagers set. Done. With everyone assigned, now it's time for us to make sure that we're doing things right. So we do have somebody in a bark boiling barrel, and when we look at it, firewood's the problem. So here it's good to establish, hey, right now we just ran out of firewood. We need to take care of that. Paper beating table, I don't have pulp. Now that actually tells me that we may have been missing that for a little longer than was hoping for. Now this, they don't have paper pulp, so we're gonna have to change you out of this. Let's remove you. That means we need this. Well, we don't have the pulp, so we can't get to there. We can do the wash sheets though. So let's get him on it. Now, it might not be a bad idea for me to wrap up part of the season by going into the paper maker to be sure that we actually have this boiled bark set, that we don't have to worry about a missing space in our seasons. I have a person here, we have a person of paper making, paper beating. We do have, so we do have some boiled bark. It's just that I have 2 workers on the paper beating table, and that was the issue. Paper making tool, we are in a good spot there, and the paper press. We are not at the part where we are ready to have our washed paper sheets taken care of. So that is good there. Now I'm going to start labeling these beasts for sure. What's convenient is that it'll tell me the village. Look at them. Part of this we can kind of just make sense out of. Now the oil press, I think we're out of canola, so this is no longer a goal. And this does work quickly. Like, that canola goes fast. We'll have to put them in a different place, different setup. I am very good with them being my paper log getter. There we go. So now we know we have that established. I got rid of everybody. All of the people who were doing this work, I switched it up so that I no longer have them doing this. So I need a person who was doing the land field. That'll be fine. I want to pull some people from this so that I can make good use of these workstations. There's no worker, but I see the Nene right there. These 2, you're catching fish, and I'm pretty confident that we have more than enough fish, so we're going to switch you. And you're definitely catching fish, and that's fine. Alright, so with this is really just me pulling through and making, like I said, I pulled everyone from these huts. I want to change this up. I don't know if we need as much steel anymore. We're producing quite a bit, but I don't want to stop necessarily. And you're the one making jugs, but we're out of stone already. Okay. It's always good to go through your resource sets and make sure that you have things working. This is at a loss, which means that now it's time to switch this up to burn ointment, which will do us some good for a short period of time. The rice boiling barrel has done its job for a while. Our fermentation barrel is fine. We've done good work with this one. Probably time for us just to focus on doing this. Much to Well, much to Akko's delight, I'm sure. Now, we're in a good place to have to confront this choice. Because now, we really need to decide, is it worth getting rid of some of this just so we can make sake? And with beverage needs being taken care of at that level, till we get Shusho, we're not going to see anything to this level. And I have you gathering grass, which means it's going to be time for us to have you doing a different job. We definitely need more mining to happen. Now we need to make sure we get her, sure that she can actually do the job. Well, you're going to find me sitting here by Sasogi. I did rework all of our jobs, did go through and double check everything to be sure that we're actually producing. I have 2 people set up to make chiseled stone out of stone that doesn't exist quite yet. And I have everybody working to make stone if they're in a mine at all. Aside from 1. Because I know we have a lot of iron. And at this point, I am not going to be short of stone again. That's for sure. So it's always good to double check. It looks like I have gone at least 1 rotation where I did not have things quite right. Glad to get that fixed. We're here because I'm going to pull up a lot of stone from this area. Sasogi has a decent amount of stones that you can just gather up from that little outcropping there. There's also a ton of stones in the waterway leading to the ocean. So if you needed to get stone, good way to get it. I'm going to choose to gather those things up, and then I'm going to go across the seasonal divide and just be sure that I get these things placed into village inventory. That's really the extent of it. The goal here, of course, is that Sasogi's been waiting for a while to be really free of these memories. It's been a while. It's been a few years now. Time to come back. It's time to take down these old burned trees. And it's time to let this land really heal. Because we are really close to making this place free. We are really close to liberating the entire area. The whole Nata Valley. We cannot forget how it began. We cannot forget the people who have helped us get to where we are. And the least we can do is to get rid of some bad memories and allow good memories to start coming into this area and new beginnings. Alright y'all, with that, I will see you next time across the seasonal divide. I've made my fixes to things for now. As you saw, Key was looking into those jobs in the jobs tab to really get a better visual of what we're doing. It does make it easier to see what you're looking at going there. I prefer to navigate by population. It's just easier to assign people and not miss something. But I definitely see a lot of worth in using the jobs tab now, so that's definitely where I'm going to track my progress, and I can definitely tell that the reason that I've made mistakes in tracking things and being sure that my workers are producing at their best is because I'm not using the jobs tab. So let that be a lesson. Be sure you're using that. It's really handy. The rising sun coming up at this time on this hill with that shrine up there is going to be pretty. So I'll leave you with that as we get closer and closer to the break of dawn. And I hope you've enjoyed the time here. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I hope you enjoy all of them. And thanks for spending the time here. Here we go. Let's step back a bit and see it. At this point, I have more than enough stone. That is a bunny. We've got some reflection off the water. Premature. Still, getting there. Let's see if I can get the shrine in the shot. There we go. This is why Sasogi is a great build location. You get these sunrises here. You'll get a sunset at the end of the day. You also get the lighthouse over there. Good location. Good build location, that's for sure. Take care, y'all.